Good morning and welcome to today's edition of the Captain's Log. Today is the 28th of March. It's 2:30 in the morning. I just finished my last stop and I stopped to park here in a town called Hastings, Minnesota. I have enough hours to drive back to our warehouse, but I'm choosing to stay here tonight because um, I had my first karate related injury. I jammed my toe into the mat doing some drills on Friday night, and at when I got home, I thought I was just maybe just I stubbed my toe, and I put some ice on it and for a couple hours, and I went to bed. When I got up in the morning, my toe turned a decidedly different shade of purple, um, and I was in a lot of pain. I could barely stand on it. So I went to Saturday class and tried to push through it, and I did the best I could. But then I decided, well, you know what? I don't think it's broken, but I'm gonna get it checked anyway, just to be on the absolute safe side. So I went down to the VA hospital in my hometown, and I had them do a quick X-ray, and it turned out it's not broken, just really badly sprained. So, because I'm kind of in pain and tired and stiff, I think I'm just gonna stay here tonight, call it a night early, and hopefully uh, tomorrow won't be as painful. I did stop at a Walmart and I got some Ace Wrap and some ice packs and some pain pills. So I think I'm going to uh, put the ice pack on, wrap it up, and I still basically I don't want to go to bed yet because it's still kind of too early. I try to be somewhat consistent in my sleep rotations during the work week because it's working nights. It can be kind of stressful when you don't keep your routine at best same as best you can. So I try to go to bed between 4 and 5:30, depending on when I get done. And it's like I said, it's 2:30 now, so I got basically an hour and a half till I want to go to sleep. So I might either watch a movie or play a little video game on my uh, PlayStation here in the truck. And Psycho needs to be groomed a little bit, so I might brush her while we're waiting for her breakfast time. Then I'm gonna go to bed. So this is my first karate related injury. Now I'm sure there'll be more because I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and my body doesn't bend and move the way it used to. So I'm sure there'll be more sprains and strains, but you know it's not going to dampen my desire to get back into better shape. Better shape. I lost 2 pounds, so that's a start. Only got 38 more to go. So wish me luck on that. Also, finally some good news with my multimedia entertainment room that I've been building. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, basically because of all the financial issues I've had with the truck, and all the maintenance issues, and losing a couple of weeks' pay because of being broke down, and then of course last year the two deer accidents. So that lost revenue, I'm finally digging out from underneath that. So we're in a pretty good place right now. So I finally had the necessary funds to finish the job. Well, not the room itself, but the job that I needed to get done before I can move on to the next step. So the last thing I finished was the exterior walls. It's 8-inch TNG knotty pine boards that I stained a color called gun stock. So if you look at like a rifle stock, it's kind of that color. I think I posted some pictures before, but I'll add some more to this little video. And almost all of the walls are finished being insulated. I still got a couple more pieces of insulation to cut in place, but before I can do that, I wanted to get the electrical finished. So that's what happened. I was supposed to have the electricians at my house. They were supposed to be here a week ago, yesterday. So today's Saturday. Well, actually, I guess it's technically Sunday morning, but so this Friday the 26th, they were actually supposed to be there the previous week, but somebody along the lines dropped the ball and didn't get the permits from the power company. The people who I had come and do the bid, had to pay half up front and to get them scheduled to come out and do the work. And between someone in their company's administration that handles that kind of thing, or I don't know who, but they dropped the ball and didn't submit the paperwork to the power company. So the power company wouldn't come out to the house to disconnect my electrical service so they could do the work. And there's been a lot of changes to the electrical codes that had to be taken care of. So they rescheduled it for the 26th, which was just this past Friday. And I also had them schedule a plumber come out, and I've got 2 exterior faucets. I've got one in the back of the house and one in the front of the house. And they're copper pipe, but for some reason, I don't know why, there's something wrong with the valves. So when the water's running, it leaks somewhere, and because it's kind of buried behind the floor joist, you can't really see where the leaks are. So I had them come out and give me a bid on replacing the valve and faucet and a length of pipe on those two faucets. So they're going to, because the one in the front is buried underneath the floor joist, and it's also got the other main water supplies going to the kitchen and to the washer and dryer. Well, I get the washer, not the dryer, obviously. And the deep sink, they're all running off the same main pipe. So they actually have to completely reroute the piping to fix it. And they're going to put something called PEX. It's like it's not PVC, but it's like a flexible kind of plastic pipe that's supposed to be really resistant to bursting, and it's supposed to be easy to, if you need to change something like add lines or whatever, it's supposed to be really easy to work with. So they gave me a bid for that. It's like just shy of $1,300 for the work. And the company that I contracted to do my electrical work also does plumbing and HVAC. They did my HVAC system. They did my my gas lines for my gas dryer. So I've used them for all of my major projects that I'm not skilled enough to do myself, because I don't know a whole lot about plumbing. I'm pretty good with electrical stuff, but because the nature of the work, what they wound up doing is all I really wanted them to do was to replace my breaker panel because it was only 12 space, and it's probably original to the house, and there has some corrosion and rusting inside the box, and I didn't have any space available to add more outlets or more circuits, I guess is a better way of saying it. So I had them put in a 24 space breaker panel, and then add four. They added 4 circuits. They added a circuit to run the lights in my media room, a circuit for the electric fireplace that's going to go in there, and the TV, and then a circuit for my workbench, so I have electrical next to my workbench, so I don't have to run extension cords. And then also they added a 110 outlet to my dining room kitchen area, because I'm not a fan of electric stoves and electric ranges, so I am having that one's going to be replaced with a gas range. So you don't need 240 volts of power to run the gas range, because the only thing that really needs electricity is like the clock and the electric ignitions for the burners. So they added a 120 outlet right next to the 240. So in the future, if I sell the house, whoever the new owner is, they have a choice. They'll have electric power available to run electric range, and they'll also have gas to run a gas range. So that's kind of my goal with that. So all the electrical, they had to put in a new meter because the old meter didn't meet the new code, and the new code is requiring a separate service disconnect. There's 2 new service disconnects in my system. The main service disconnect on the breaker panel itself it kills the breaker panel, and then there's one that is inside the meter. So if you take off, well, I guess the homeowners aren't allowed to do it. It's only the electric company's the only one allowed to do it. So there's a service disconnect inside the meter box now, and a separate 100 amp service disconnect breaker below it. So if you think of it, oh, my cat's getting into it there. I don't know if you hear her scratching. She's trying to get somewhere. What are you doing? Want to be on the movie? Come here. Come say hi. Well, come say hi. Come here. Come here. There she is. This is my girl Psycho. She likes being on TV. Anyway, so where the meter, where the power company, gets the readings to charge my electric bill, has a disconnect, and then right below that's a separate box with the disconnect breakers, and then of course the one inside the main utility box. So that's all done. All the wiring in the media room is done. It's all working. The only thing I need to do now is finish it. I have to go in and put the staples to staple the wire to the floor joists, and I need to put some grommets inside the conduit so that the wire that's inside there doesn't rub against the rough outer edge where the conduit ends. So I got to get some either felt or rubber, something obviously non-conductive and soft enough that will prevent that from ever chafing or anything, to protect that wire. So once that's done, I can put the last bits of the insulation in that I was waiting to do to finish off the electrical, because I wanted to make sure all electrical was done and working properly before I staple it all down, because I didn't want to have to replace stuff and have to dig out all those staples and restaple it. So next time I go home, which will be next Thursday, I will be doing the finish work on the wiring and putting in the rest of the insulation. Um, and then maybe not this week, coming weekend, but the following weekend, I'm going to start doing the ceiling. And I don't know anything about drywall. I have no clue. It looks like it'd be easy to do, but from what I understand, it's for someone that's never done it before, it's extremely challenging, especially when you're dealing with putting the drywall panels above you without another helper or the tool that holds it in place. You have to, um, you really need two people to do it. So instead of doing that, I'm going to use the same T&G Knotty Pine paneling. Not paneling. It's they're 8-inch by like an not quite and 3/4. They're probably 5/8 maybe thick, and then and it's T&G. So almost all of the nails, the brad nails that will hold it in place, will be invisible because you put it up there and then you staple it inside the grooves, and then when you put the next piece of panel on it, it covers that grooves up so you can't see the nails. And instead of staining it like the exterior walls, I'm gonna paint it white, so I have a white ceiling. And then once that's done, I can start doing the walls, the interior walls. There's 3 full walls and 1 partial wall with a door. So the door's already in place, but the walls need to get done. And then once that's done, the next step is the obviously painting, but then comes the carpeting. And once the carpeting's in, all I gotta do now is transfer all of my home theater stuff that's in my living room into the basement, wire it all up, and it'll be done. So hopefully by June, maybe a little longer because of work requirements and budgeting, because those panels are like $13 a piece, so they're kind of expensive, and you need a lot of them. I think I calculated somewhere about 135 of them. The total price was showing about $1,400, maybe close to $1,500 for the walls. And the thing is, if I were to have the drywall done professionally, it'd be $2,500. So by changing my mind and using paneling, the T&G paneling will save me $1,000, and it'll look just as good. The only thing that I'm concerned about is echo, like the sound bouncing off that hard surface. So I might have to go in and get some styrofoam sheeting and put it on the walls to help, not covering the walls obviously, but in strategic locations where sound is bouncing off, so it'll kind of deaden that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep everyone updated on that. So on that, we'll call it a day. Thanks for watching the Captain's Log. We'll see you in the next one.